Hi, so this is my second reflection of the day. This is just because these are two kind of separate activities and they've done them separately. So what I've been doing is, for my second meeting, I had to teach them how to cook a healthy meal. And I thought it would be really interesting to do is teach them how to make, this is all wrapped up at the moment. This is called Kimbap or Kimbap. It basically is Korean for rice and seaweed. It is, unfortunately, it is often described as a Korean style sushi. So what it has in it, as you can see here, is I have some spam or some lunch meat that I've cooked with a sweet sauce. I have some cucumber. I have some omelette, some carrot. There's this yellow radish, and I've put all that together in a roll and fixed it all up. So what I've been doing here is, because the idea is to teach them a healthy meal, and because the Scout kitchen, while it's quite big, it's not quite big enough for us to all do one thing at the same time. For instance, if you see in my kitchen, we don't have a huge amount of counter space. We have about the same amount of counter space, and there are about 20 of us, and I can't really teach 20 kids how to make Korean sushi at the same time, and I can't really do them one at a time. So the plan is that most of the stuff in here is raw or only has to be cooked mildly beforehand. So what I'm going to do is, because look, they look awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teach them. I'm going to have them prep all of the stuff, so that includes like learning knife skills, and because it requires julienning both carrots and cucumber, and I specifically chose the ingredients to make it like that, as well as cutting up some radish and some surimi sticks. I've got to mention that bit. So as well as cutting up some imitation crab, the idea is to teach them, knife skills as well as a new skill, and also a really interesting meal to make that otherwise would have been quite intimidating, because anything that involves foreign, the influence of a foreign place where you need a lot of new ingredients is quite an intimidating thing for quite a lot of people. So that's the aim, and also I'm going to South Korea, so it's like a nice personal touch. Also, things like sushi are very high on preparation and very low on actual cooking. So the only things I actually need to cook, I need to cook the spam sticks, because I fry them because otherwise they taste disgusting. And I need to cook the rice and the omelette. And the omelette, the rice, and the spam, I'm all going to cook the day of, as soon as I get home, because then I can just bring them all ready, and I can get them to teach them how to do it. It also involves stuff like peeling, because I've throughout my time with the Scouts, I've discovered that sometimes they have quite a lot of problem with this, and the idea of doing these is that also they can take them home. And luckily I don't need a lot of ingredients from the Asian supermarket, and I've also been quite proactive in learning, because one of the recipe that I'm using says you can use spinach, but I didn't want to use that because I thought, well then if I use spinach I'm going to have to wilt it, and then they don't get to practice any more skills or anything. So I did that, and also learning to assemble these things is quite cool. They look fantastic. This one is the best one. This one it's got a couple of, one thing, while I was making them, because I need to do a couple of practices, I need to do a practice, I need to do one to do it quite well, to learn them, is to, the trick is usually to do as much do the rice as far as you can up, because the recipe I'm referring to says do it 2/3 of the way up, and I did that, and it was never enough, because I always overfilled them, because they need to be quite overfilled. So I pared it down to having smaller, and when I do it I'll give them more rice and stuff like that. But I think they're a very good idea to make. They're working really well. I'm being able to cut them, and my only concern is I only have one sushi rolling mat, but what I think I'll do is I think I'll have them assemble it on a piece of cling film, and then when I come over to help them wrap it, I'll pick it up, put it on my sushi rolling mat, and then help them wrap it up. And then hopefully each group will be able to make about maybe 2 or even 3 rolls each, between about 4 of them or something, and then they can eat one and split the other 2, and yeah, that way they have something nice to take home as well. So thank you.